Hello and welcome. This video has been produced by Steve Denny, Club Secretary of Alvechurch Football Club and members of the BVSL Southern League Premier Division Central. It's aimed at those club members who will be responsible for using the Omni Web Matchday system application on match days. Why are we being asked to use this app? To create live scores before other agencies get the scores, to reduce the paperwork with online forms, to reduce the duplication of effort by filling in forms and things online, to simplify the creation of the FA form that you currently complete using the books, and to increase the branding and sponsorship opportunities. How do you get into the system app? If you do not currently have a password to the system, use the following link to request access. So click on the link here, and to gain access, complete the club administration registration form details here, and when you're ready, click submit. Once you've generated an account, to log in, use the clubs tab on the navigation bar and select club admin. So here, select clubs and club admin. Type in your email address and password, and use the remember me if you actually want your computer to remember those details next time you log in. Once you've done that, click the log me in. That takes you to this page here. To log into the club admin area, then select the club admin area, and it takes you to the club admin site here. Before we take a look at the system itself, there's some notes on inputting team sheets. Get the players onto the system as early as possible before the match starts. Change your shirt colours if these are not the standard home and away choices. You can also mark your goalkeepers and captains. Teams do not appear to your opponents until 1 hour before kick-off. This is to allow for the printing out of the referee's FA form, which they need signed 45 minutes before kick-off, as currently. The away club can also vote on the pitch condition hospitality in the any further information box. There is a new feature to allow the electronic signatures of the team sheets. Note, if you are the home club, it is your responsibility to start the match on kick-off using the match started slider. As soon as you do this, no one can change the teams. If the home club doesn't mark the game as started, the data that is entered will not appear on the site. So even if it's late, don't forget to start the match. The home club updates the attendance, the match officials' fees and their expenses. Goals, substitutions, cautions, sendings off need to be added by the home club for both teams during the game. For goals, add the goals to the player rather than the top score boxes, as this will update both. At the final whistle, the home club switches the match ended slider to off. And if required, you can add man of the match after the game has ended. As a summary, it's the home team's responsibility to add or amend their players, substitutions and their bench. They can denote the captain and who the goalkeepers are. They can sign the form electronically. They can complete the attendance. They can check the shirt colours are correct. They can also do a bench wear check on the opposition to make sure that the opposition are wearing the right bench wear. And they would also complete the match officials' fees and expenses. When the match kicks off, it's the home club's responsibility to start the match using the match started slider. During the match, it's the home club's responsibility to update the scores, to update the scorers, cards and substitutions of both teams. And at the end of the match, it's the home club's responsibility to confirm the match is finished by switching the in-match slider to off. It's the away team's responsibility to add or amend their players' substitutions against staff before the match, and they need to do that probably at least an hour before the match. They denote who the captain is and who the goalkeepers are. They also sign the form electronically. They also check their shirt colours are accurate. And at the end of the match, they can rate the pitch or hospitality using the any further information box, as they do currently on the paper forms. They can also do a check on the home club's benchwear to confirm that they are complying to the rules. And finally, they can check the final form is correct. This seems like a lot, but remember the app, it remembers the team's substitutions and coaching staff from your last game. And the kit colours, home and away, should also be automatic. So you don't have to re-enter the data for every game. It should be there from your last game. Okay, so let's take a look at the system. So from the club admin site, once you've logged in, select Team Sheets. That takes you to a list of all of your games listed in date order. So as you can see, our first game of the season is away at Royston. Now, as the away team, it is my responsibility to complete the team details, substitution details, and dugout details at least an hour before the match, so it can be signed and printed off electronically. To do that, you need to go into the team by clicking on the team tab here and scroll down to your team, and it's here where you would enter your team details. Now, all of the registered players that you have in your club will be listed in the drop down boxes here. So you can select who your team is by clicking the down arrow here, and it takes you to a list of all of your registered players. So you can select who the goalkeeper is. Once you've done that, you need to save the player. Once you save the player, that icon changes to saved here. You then go through the rest of the team, selecting the team details and saving as you go along. You can mark who the captains are and who your goalkeepers are by clicking on the team details here, or player details. So if we're going to edit this player, then this player has already been denoted as the goalkeeper, so you would need to do that if it wasn't there, and save. In the same way, your captain here, again, if I go into the player details, I've marked Carl Morrison as the captain here and saved there. If you're using squad numbers rather than 1 to 11, again, you can go into each of the players' details here and change their shirt numbers. Once you've done that, again, as the away club, you would need to sign the form. So once it's all been completed, you've entered all your players, your substitutions, and your coaches. Just one thing to say about coaches. Coaches aren't registered players, so they need to be created first of all. So to do that, you would, here under number 7, you would select, type in the coach details, forename, surname, and coach title, and then they would appear in the drop down list here. And then you would just select them in the bench there. And again, once you've done that, just make sure you save them. Again, as the away club, at the end of the game, you could mark the pitch and hospitality in the any further information box here. You could also confirm that the benchwear for the home club has been compliant by selecting yes here. And then regarding your signature, you can go into the official signature here and sign the form here, yeah, and click home signed. Yeah, that's been saved. Once you've completed all your information, again, you can check that the colours are correct as well. and make sure that all the details are correct, and then obviously sign it at the end. And you could also obviously then print them off, but we'll come on to that shortly. As the home club, again, it's similar to what you need to do as the away club, but more. So as the home club, again, you need to confirm your players, your substitutions and staff in the same way as before. So again, our first home game is here against Barwell. So again, to enter the team, I would go into the team button here. I would select the team. I would save the player's entry, select the subs, save them, select the staff, save them. Yeah. The update match info here can be clicked any day to save all that info. So you need to click the update match info to save all your information. As the home club, I would also be responsible for collecting the referees and assistants details here. So here I would type in the referees, who the assistants are, their match fees, which should be automatic, and their expenses. You'll custom check the home colours. So again, we don't play in green socks, we play in black socks. So again, I can change that there, and again, update match information to ensure that information has been saved. So once I've done all that, again in the same way, I can sign the form by going into the official signatures. Again, sign it electronically. That's been saved. Now again, it's important as the home club that you start the match when the match kicks off. Now to do that, you would just select the match started button, use the slider to change this from no to yes, and then that starts the match. So it's important at kickoff you click that button there as the home club. When the match has ended, again, it's important that you confirm the match has ended by clicking the match ended slider to yes as well. Once the match has started, again, it's the home club's responsibility to complete the match details in terms of goal scorers, penalties, yellow cards, red cards, substitutions, attendance, etc. Now to do that, you need to do that at the individual player details. So for example, if I go into Mitch Botfield as a player, and I go into the player details, here I can confirm the goals scored by each of the players. So if Mitch scored a goal in the 15th minute, I could mark that there and save. You can see what that does as well. It would update during the game. If the match has started, it would update those details during the game automatically. If he scored a second goal, again, I'd update that to 2, and here I would need to put a comma and the minute of the second goal. If he scored a penalty, I would not update the goals quantity here, I would do the penalties quantity here. So if he scored a penalty, I would update the penalties quantity, but also in the minutes, I would put the minutes of the penalty and a P to denote that it was a penalty. So here you can see I have said that Mitch Botfield scored 2 goals, 1 penalty in the 15th, 30th, and a penalty in the 40th minute. Any yellow cards, I would put the minutes of the cards. If there was any red cards, I could put the minutes of the red card. If Mitch was substituted during the game, I would have to denote who he was substituted by and the minute of the substitution. Yeah, and once I've done all that information, after each of those things, I would click the save to update that information. all that information that you've entered there would be entered onto the team sheets as well, automatically. And also the goals for and against would be updated in the totals here. So the attendance as well would need to be updated there for the total attendance. And you would need to do that as the home club for both teams. It's your responsibility as the home club to update the matchday stats for both teams. So it's important you have a team sheet for the away club. It's important you understand and know who scores the goals, who's booked, what time the substitutions are, and mark all those details in the app as the home club. When the form is complete, you can generate 3 types of PDF forms. The PDF team list here, this is a single team list showing players, subs, match officials and the dugout staff. This could be printed out and given to tannoy announcers, boardroom and staff, etc. So to generate the PDF team list, you would click on the PDF team list here. It would automatically generate the team list based on the details that you've entered. So here you can see I've entered some details already. Yeah, so it would show you all those details here. And here you could use the print option or save this to a PDF viewer such as Acrobat, Adobe Reader, and then print it off. The PDF tech list, this is a 2-page form. The first page is identical to the PDF team list. The second contains the match officials' expenses and list of the coaching staff permitted to coach during the game. It also contains a box for whether benchwear was worn. So the PDF tech list can be generated here. Again, click the button to generate the form. Again, what we see now is a 2-page form. The first page identical to the team list, and then you have a second page here with details of the technical staff and match officials' expenses, etc. The final form here is the FA team sheet. So this is similar to what you currently do with your paper team sheets. So this is an electronic version of the standard FA forms that you've used in seasons past. And this is automatically populated with the data that you've entered. So to generate the FA team sheet, just click on the FA team sheet, and that would generate the team sheet automatically. So this should look very familiar to you. So here we would have all of the details that have been entered automatically populated on your team sheets. Yeah. And these can be used for printing off and giving to the referee before the kick-off. Note when you click on any of the PDF buttons, the PDF is automatically generated and can be saved locally, or you can email them to other devices' computers for printing off. All clubs have been issued with Android tablets for using the Matchday app during games. Just some notes here on use of the Android tablets. You can use the supplied Google Chrome web browser, or you can install another if you prefer. You do need to install a PDF reader, so simply go to the Google Play Shop, search under apps for the Adobe Acrobat Reader and install it by following the instructions. For printing off the tablets, you need to have a Wi-Fi enabled printer. You identify the printer manufacturer and model and search for example HP Wi-Fi printing app and change that for your particular printer. So if you don't have a HP printer and have a Canon or Epson, change that to that particular model. So Canon Wi-Fi printing app. Download the app and that will allow you to print your PDF team sheets, etc. off your Wi-Fi printer using your tablet. So when you want to print, open the Acrobat Reader and select the correct team sheet. If it prints first time, great. However, if you don't see the backgrounds, lines, click on the little down arrow at the top then tap more options and set it to fill page in the scaling option. Then click back, then tap the print icon. And finally, there's just some notes here on some of the latest modifications made to the app. So the player drop downs now read surname, first name. You cannot start the game until 10 minutes before kickoff. This is to stop people starting the game by accident and being unable to add players afterwards. PDF buttons now appearing for all users. Dugout coaching staff has been made season sensitive, and remove the referee from the digital signature panels. That completes this presentation and video for using the Matchday System app. Hope it's been informative. Any questions, just contact the league administration. I'm sure they'll be able to help. Thanks for your time and good luck.